Look at the ticking clock, not with the eyes of habit, but with the eyes of truth. What is moving isn't just the second hand. What is moving is you. That clock does not measure some abstract, external entity called time. It measures your life. Every tick is a breath closer to the end. Every passing moment is one you will never experience again. It is not merely time that is being spent, it is you who is being spent. Your body, your energies, your very existence is flowing like a river that does not turn back. We have been conditioned to see time as a resource, like money or fuel, something we can manage, budget, or waste. But this is the great illusion. You can refill your bank account, you can recharge your battery, but you cannot get back even a single second of life. Time is not something you have, it is something you are. The moment you lose time, you're not losing productivity, you are losing a piece of your being. The tragedy is that people treat time as if it's infinite and themselves as if they are immortal. They kill time without understanding. They are slowly killing themselves. They scroll endlessly, gossip thoughtlessly, sit in boredom, and call it normal. But what they are actually doing is burning the one currency that matters: their own existence. They are reducing the possibilities of their life while thinking they're just passing time. When you truly perceive time as life, a deep shift happens within. You stop asking, "How do I kill time?" and begin to ask, "How do I honor it?" You stop bargaining with tomorrow and start living with intensity today. You realize every moment is alive. Every moment is sacred, every moment is you. And when you waste a moment, you're not just being lazy. You are being unconscious of your own mortality. This awareness does not come through fear. It comes through clarity. Clarity that your life is not separate from time. Clarity that the quality of your life depends entirely on how you engage with each moment, not how many moments you get. It's not the length of life, but the depth of it that matters. And that depth begins when you stop treating time like a background noise and start seeing it as the pulse of your presence. Most human beings live as if they are going to live forever. There is a deep-seated assumption in the mind that tomorrow will always come, that there will always be more time to do what truly matters. This illusion of abundance is not just innocent ignorance. It is the root of regret, suffering, and missed potential. You postpone your passions, delay your healing, and stretch your dreams into an imaginary future, forgetting that this future is not promised. It is an assumption built on nothing but habit. People say things like, "One day I will," or "I still have time." But have you seen the graveyard? It is filled with people who had plans for tomorrow. The illusion that you have a lot of time is comforting, but it's a lie. The truth is, you don't know how much time you have. Your body may feel young. Your calendar may be full. Your mind may believe there's a long journey ahead. But none of this is real. Life is fragile. And the only real wealth you have is how deeply you live this moment. Because of this illusion, people treat time like loose change in their pocket. They throw hours away in distraction, in comparison, in chasing what doesn't nourish them. They say, "It's just one day," or "I'll get serious later." But when you lose a day, you don't just lose 24 hours. You lose a piece of your one and only life. The illusion that you'll always have more time is what keeps people asleep, drifting through life as if they're passengers rather than the drivers of their own existence. If you truly knew, that you had only a few weeks to live, would you still spend hours scrolling through meaningless noise? Would you still avoid the conversations that matter, the actions that call your soul? No, you would become alert, present, alive. But you don't need a terminal diagnosis to realize this. You just need to see through the illusion that time is abundant. Every second is already slipping through your fingers like sand. You can either hold it with reverence or let it vanish unnoticed. This illusion of abundance is what keeps people waiting. Waiting for clarity, for motivation, for the right moment. But life doesn't wait. The seasons don't pause for your readiness. The earth doesn't stop spinning because you need more time to decide. Life moves with or without you, and if you don't wake up from the illusion, you'll find yourself at the end of the road wondering where it all went, when in truth, it was always right here, waiting for your presence. Distraction is not always loud. It doesn't come with warning signs. It doesn't scream or shake you awake. Instead, it comes in soft forms, endless scrolling, background noise, superficial conversations, and small, repetitive habits that seem harmless. But these small distractions are not just stealing your attention. They are silently murdering your potential. They are eroding your presence, day by day, without your awareness. And one day, you wake up and realize that years have passed, but you haven't truly lived even a few days. Most people believe that death comes only once. But if you are living your life constantly distracted, constantly pulled in 1,000 directions, you are dying a little every single day. You lose touch with your own thoughts. You become unfamiliar with your own presence. You start to exist like a machine, moving, talking, reacting, without any real consciousness. And that kind of existence may look normal on the outside, but inside it is a slow decay of the soul. The danger of mindless distraction is not just in lost time, it is in lost depth. You begin to lose the ability to be still, to sit quietly without craving stimulation, to look at a tree and truly see it, to talk to another person and actually listen. When you are always distracted, you lose your sensitivity to life. You become dull, restless, shallow. And no matter how busy or occupied you are, you will feel a constant emptiness that nothing can fill. Not entertainment, not achievement, not possessions. Why do people fall so easily into distraction? Because being truly present requires a certain inner strength. It requires stillness, clarity, and the ability to face life without running away. But the modern world offers an easy escape. Every time you feel bored, lonely, insecure, or confused, there is a screen, a sound, a scroll to take you away. But what you're really doing is abandoning yourself again and again until your own presence becomes unfamiliar and uncomfortable. Distraction may look harmless on the surface, but it is a thief in disguise. It doesn't just steal your attention, it robs you of awareness, meaning, and presence. The more you feed distraction, the more you starve your inner life. And without an inner life, even success feels hollow. Even love feels shallow. Even peace feels unreachable. When distraction becomes a lifestyle, it doesn't just waste your time. It dismantles your essence, bit by bit. Waiting is one of the most subtle forms of unconsciousness. It wears many masks, waiting for the right time, the perfect opportunity, better conditions, someone else to change, or life to become easier. Most people are not really living, they are simply waiting. They are waiting for something to begin, not realizing that life has already begun. It didn't start when you reached adulthood, or when your career took off, or when you finally became successful. It began the moment you were born, and it has been flowing ever since. This habit of waiting is a mental illusion. You think there will come a magical day when all your fears disappear, your confusion clears, and everything will align perfectly. But such a day never arrives. Why? Because life doesn't operate on your calendar of readiness. The river of life doesn't pause for your comfort. If you don't jump in now, you will be left behind, watching from the shore while the current moves on without you. And the painful part is, you may only realize this after the river is out of sight. People wait to speak their truth, to follow their calling, to love fully, to let go of the past, to take care of their health. They say, not now, someday, when I'm ready. But they forget that the longer they wait, the more their energy withers, the fire within dims. The passion that once felt urgent becomes just another background thought. When you delay living, you are not preserving your strength. You are draining it. Your spirit grows weaker the longer it stays dormant. There is no perfect moment. There is only this moment. And this moment is messy, uncertain, incomplete. Yet it is all you have. The beauty of life is not found in the ideal. It is found in the real. If you keep waiting for the conditions to be just right, you will become a prisoner of a future that never comes. You will live in a hallway, never stepping into any room. You'll keep preparing, planning, and promising without ever arriving. Waiting often disguises itself as patience, but they are not the same. Patience is conscious stillness, a quiet knowing, but waiting is unconscious postponement. One empowers you, the other paralyzes you. If you don't break this trap, your life will become a museum of intentions. Goals never started, truths never expressed, and dreams left untouched. You must see through the lie that there is still time. There isn't. There is only now and the depth with which you dare to live it. Death is not something that comes with drama. It doesn't announce its arrival. It does not send a message ahead of time. It does not knock. It just walks in. One moment, you are here, breathing, thinking, planning. And the next moment, you are not. It doesn't care how important your tasks are, how many dreams you still carry, or how much you still want to experience. When it arrives, it takes everything, without negotiation, without exception. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, strong or fragile, ready or not. Most people live as if death is some distant event, something that only happens to others. They tuck it away in the back of their minds as if ignoring it will delay it. But death is not in the distance. It walks beside you all the time. With every breath you take, you are one breath closer to your last. This may sound grim to an unconscious mind, but to one who is aware, it is the greatest reminder to live fully. Because the only tragedy in life is not that it ends, but that it ends without you ever truly living. You prepare for everything in life. your career, your relationships, your retirement. But how many prepare for death? Not by fearing it, not by escaping it, but by living so intensely that death becomes irrelevant. When death is understood, life becomes urgent. Not in a rushed way, but in a sacred way. Every conversation matters. Every morning matters. Every act becomes deliberate, full of meaning. You stop wasting time because you finally understand its value, not in the currency of productivity, but in the currency of presence. People say, I'll do it later. I'll change next year. I'll apologize tomorrow. But what if tomorrow doesn't come? Do you really think death will wait for you to finish your excuses? It won't. It never has. And yet, if you live with death in your awareness, you begin to drop all that is unnecessary. The petty arguments, the endless distractions, the need to impress, the fear of failure. You start living with clarity, not because you fear death, but because you have finally befriended the truth that it is coming. There is great freedom in remembering death. It makes you honest. It makes you real. It strips away all your masks and forces you to ask, am I really living or just pretending to be alive? And if you're willing to look, you'll see death is not your enemy. It is your mirror. It shows you how much of your life you've ignored, postponed, or lived unconsciously. It is not there to punish you. It is there to wake you before it claims you.